Hey everyone, it's Corey. I know, I suck, so that's why I made it the title. Ha 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 ha. I'm trying to like get back in the swing of things, but just like I'm never like in the mood to film. But today I was. But today my glasses just will not stop glaring, so we're just gonna lightly get over it, I hope. And we're just gonna hop right into this big ol' haul. There's a lot of stuff. So it really seems like I got a lot of lippies. So I think we're gonna start off with lip products. I have two lipsticks from MAC. One of them was a Back to MAC, which is, if you guys don't know about Back to MAC, it's you give 6 of your empty containers, essentially, like empty eyeshadow pots, empty blush pots, empty brow pencils, anything plastic or glass, I think it is. If you give it to a MAC counter, you can get a free lipstick, and if you give it to a MAC store, you can get a free lip gloss, lipstick, or eyeshadow. So I only have a counter, so I did my Back to MAC at the counter. So I got this lipstick. I got Freckletone, which is like a permanent one, and it's this pretty like kind of earthy, peachy color. It's kind of sheer. It is really pretty, though. I like to wear a lip liner underneath it just because I find that it, what does it do? It just doesn't look good by itself, I find, so. But this is the color. It's really pretty. It's like a peachy nude, which I really don't do very often, but it's summer, so I'm trying to, like, do the peachy nude. And then this one is part of the new matte collection, which, by the way, I swatched, like, all of these, and this matte formula is, like, almost, like, thin and, like, creamy, but not in the best way. Like, it almost feels like thin and slippy and greasy, but they are matte. They have the same, like, light vanilla scent that MAC lipsticks have. And this one is in the color Naturally Transformed, which is, it's this kind of, like, beige nude that almost has a little bit of, like, yellow to it. I wore it in my last favorites video, and this was like that really light nude that I had on, so it's right above Freckletone. It's just a bit lighter and a bit more cool tones almost, but with a little bit of yellow when it's on the skin. It just looks like exactly my same lip color when I have it on. So these were my two MAC lipsticks. I do like MAC lipsticks. I think the scent is bearable, and I like the formula and stuff, and like the packaging is very like iconic and sleek, just like that MAC bullet. So I do like those two. And the next lip product I got was from Ulta. This is kind of all over the place, I hope you don't mind. This is the NYX Lipliner in the shade Mauve, or Mauve, whatever tickles your fancy. And this, I have heard, is the exact same color as MAC Whirl Lip Liner, which I have wanted for quite a while, but it's never in stock. I have MAC Soar, but not MAC Whirl. So it's literally just a mauve color. It's right on the top. It's pretty. The formula of these NYX lip liners are kind of similar to the MAC ones, I find. They're a little bit waxier, I think, than the MAC ones, but they do stick on very well. They look very even on the lips because I just fill in my whole lip with lip liners, and I do like it. It was like $7 at Ulta, so it's really cheap, and I think it's very good quality, and I like wearing this like all over my lips, so that's really pretty. The next lip product is one by Covergirl, and this is something that I probably won't be wearing very much, but I wanted to get it for Manhattan Pride, like the Manhattan Pride Parade. I was just like an attendee, but I wanted like a cool lip, and I didn't end up wearing this, but that was my intention of wearing it. And this is the Covergirl Lip Lava, which is like the new really shiny, like kind of really glittery lip glosses that they just came out with, and this is in the color 860 Lava-nder, like lavender, but lavender. It's a purple color. Like, it's not lavender, but it's like violet. And these are really pigmented, like really pigmented. So it's that one right on the top, that big lustrous glob of violetness. It's pretty. I find that it's, like, just not enough pigmented, though, to wear it by itself. You know what I mean? I wear, like, MAC Soar underneath it to give me, like, a nice pink base and go on top of this. It looks really pretty, but I don't know. It's not really my shtick, but it is nice. Two more lip products. I got a backup of Kat Von D Lolita. This is, like, my my everyday lip color, as everyone knows. I have a video on Lolita, which is like my best seller of videos, so I can link that down below, and I'll show you the color and everything in there. But a color that I think has trumped Lolita for my favorite lip color is ColouredRaine Mars. So this is what it looks like. I got this at Ricky's in Manhattan. This ColouredRaine and like Dose of Colors and like the LA Color liquid lipsticks, you can pretty much only get them online, but in the city there's this store called Ricky's, which is like essentially like the Sally's of Manhattan, but it's like better. And they carry like Dose of Colors, ColouredRaine, LA Girl, LA Colors, like all this stuff. They also carry like Maron and Ben Nye and Graftobian and Makeup Atelier. Like there was so much stuff I wanted, but I only had like $50 to spend, so I couldn't buy anything except this lipstick, which is like a liquid lipstick. The formula is a little bit thicker than the Kat ones. I find that the formula is kind of similar to the Stila ones, if you know what those like stay all day liquid lipsticks feel like. They kind of feel like that, but these have no scent, which I really appreciate. And this is the color of Mars. Like, if you guys have watched my channel for any duration of time, you know that like this is my like perfect color. Like this kind of cool toned beige pink, like that, like those colors speak volume to me. Like Lime Crime Cashmere and like Cat Lolita and this color and Nymphadora by LA Girl, like that is my lip color. Like even though some people think that Lolita's too dark to wear every day, like I wear it like every single day, but now I think I'm gonna be wearing this every single day. I have it on right now and it is just so, oh, I love it so much. I ate like a really greasy sandwich today and I like redid the kiss test after the sandwich and it like held up immaculately. I touched it up once in the middle of the day, but I don't think I really had to, but I just wanted to, you know? So this is the last lip product from this haul, and this is by far like my favorite find. This was kind of what I wanted. Going into the city, I was like, I need to go to Ricky's and get ColouredRaine Mars, and I got it. Hey! 2 new brushes that I got, 2 like really exciting brushes like for my collection because they're really unique, I think. This one is the BareMinerals Soft Curve Face and Cheek Brush. It's, I don't even know how to describe it. It's not a duo fiber brush. It is just like a really loose cheek brush, essentially. And I've been using this to apply blush lately. And I just like dip the whole thing down into the pan and just swoop it all the way up the cheek. It covers the cheek so well, and specifically what I use it for is also this new product. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Blushed Copper. This is a shimmery blush. And it's absolutely stunning. Like I have worn this like every single day. It's so good because I've been doing very like lazy but effective makeup, and this is like lazy and effective makeup to the T. Like that's what I have on my cheeks today with Becca Opal on the high points of my face. But this brush this thing is so pigmented, so you need like none of it. So what I do is I go boop, and then I like whack off all the excess, and you can barely see any product on there, and that's because there is barely any product on there, but that's all you need to cover both your cheeks, and you get this beautiful like warm coppery flush. Oh, it's so good. I guess I'm in like a swatchy mood today, so I will give a swatch of Becca Blushed Copper. It has this really pretty embossment, like limited edition and metallic packaging. And this has the same formula as the other Shimmering Skin Perfector. It's like super smooth, super creamy, like super like light absorbing and reflecting. Like it almost like perfects the appearance of the top of the cheekbone and like wherever you put it. It's really, really awesome. So this is it right next to, what is this called? Right next to Mars by ColouredRaine. So it's right up there. It's very warm, like very warm toned. And I don't know, like I almost think it has a little bit of like a duochrome effect of like really orange terracotta to a more red terracotta. But you probably can't see it like with this swatch, but it's beautiful. Like I have worn this, not joking, like every single day because it's just so effective. I drag it like kind of through my forehead sometimes and it just gives me this really like nice wraparound of color, and it is beautiful. This is limited edition and I would highly, highly recommend this. Get a wispy enough brush to apply it or else you'll go overboard, but so beautiful. And in regards to like the highlighters and the other brush that I got, this is the Morphe M509 brush, and this was also at Ricky's. There's like a very limited selection of Morphe brushes at Ricky's, which was another reason I wanted to go there. And this brush, I've heard, is very similar to a Wayne Goss brush. And also, MAC just came out with one that's almost identical. But this is essentially... Okay, so imagine, like, a round ferruled, like, blending eye brush. It's like that, but times 20, like, in terms of the size. Like, it is a flat ferrule. Like, it's not... It's a round ferrule, but it's not pinched at all. So the bristles are all round in there, but it just comes out so far, like, from the ferrule, and it's super duper wispy. Like, I've been using this to apply highlighter, like, right on the top of the cheek, and it just diffuses out highlighter so well. It was about $12, I think. Like, Morphe brushes, I find, fall in a price range that's kind of like in the Real Techniques price range, but these Morphe brushes are just so nice. This was the only one that I got, and I am so glad I got this. I saw, like, Manny MUA and Young Wild and Polish, like, rave about this blush for highlighting, and I totally see why. Like, this is beautiful. And the last thing that I got at Ricky's, this is, like, a professional product. This is the Ben Nye Final Seal matte makeup sealer. You probably can't see that, like, with all the clearness and stuff. But it is a setting spray, and this is, like, a hardcore setting spray. Most setting sprays are essentially like a dilution of alcohol, and the alcohol, like, evaporates off of the skin and, like, leaves you with, like, this kind of, like, polymer layer over the top to, like, keep everything locked in. But usually it's, like, diluted down with water, and water is the first ingredient of most setting sprays. And this one's first ingredient is denatured alcohol. So this one is an alcohol-based setting spray. It has, like, a kind of peppermint scent, but more like mouthwash. And I wore this to Pride. Like, I got up at about 10 o'clock, did my makeup, and I was out and about being prideful and shit until, like, 9 o'clock at night. But I kept my makeup on until about, like, 1 in the morning. And I was shiny, but everything was extremely bright still. Like, my blush was on, my contour, everything was very locked down. I was still kind of shiny, but not nearly as shiny as I would be if I just didn't blot for 13 hours. Like, woo! But this stuff is, like, hardcore. I do not recommend using it every day because alcohol can, like, break down the skin, like, break down skin cells if it's used, like, too much and too frequently and in too high of quantities. But I think for, like, special occasions or for really long makeup wearing days, this stuff is genius. You only want to spray, like, 2 to 4 sprays on your face. Like, it even recommends, like, avoid saturation. So you just want to get a really thin, light coat of this on your skin. It does burn your eyes, so close your eyes because of all the alcohol. And, like, there's something else in here. Whatever makes it smell minty, like the fragrance of it, kind of burns your eyes along with the alcohol. So let all the alcohol evaporate and just, like, keep your eyes closed. And I think that you will love this. Like, I have watched videos where people use this and they only say good things about it. So this is a really, really awesome setting spray, and I found this at Ricky's, but you can usually find Ben Nye stuff at, like, any kind of costume store. There's a place by me, I don't know if it is, like, a chain or not, but it's called Columbia, and they sell, like, theatrical wigs, theatrical supplies, makeup, like, professional lines, like Meron and Ben Nye and Graftobian and Creolin. Like, they sell those kind of brands, and this is Ben Nye Final Seal. Highly recommend. I also got the NYX blush in Taupe from Ulta. This is the new HD blush, but like the old NYX blush line, like, that had the quilting pattern, it also had the blush in Taupe in that collection. It's the exact same color. And this is what it looks like. It's an extremely gray brown, like, really, really, really gray. And you can very quickly go overboard with this. It's kind of powdery, and, like, this is a very dry powder, if you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't have, like, any, like, creaminess to it. It's just very dry. But this is the color of it. I just use it right at the bottom of my contour to really, like, and right towards the back, just to really, like, punctuate my contour. But I only do this if I'm, like, really going out, and I want, like, my face to look really kind of gaunt, almost. But this is an incredible product. Like, I just really, like, pop it in there, lightly blend it out so my face doesn't start looking too gray. And I think it's really effective. The longevity is good. The texture is nice, but if you put too much on, it will look like you have powder like sitting in your contour zone. Like, it is a very dry textured powder, but I do think it's nice, and it's like $8 at Ulta, so if you find it in stock, definitely grab one, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So I really like BareMinerals original foundation, like the one with bismuth oxychloride that makes it like glowy, and I have like 3 applications left of it. Like, I know that I'm almost done. But I picked up the Youngblood loose mineral foundation. So this is what the packaging looks like. If you know the BareMinerals sifter, it kind of like, it's an actual sifter. This one, you just open up the cap, and it's actually raised. Like, the cap completely compresses down these holes so it doesn't spill out or anything. It just has holes on the top. And I really do like this powder foundation. My only gripe, and this was totally my fault, but I got it in a shade too light. This is in the shade Honey, and this is probably like me with a layer of self-tan that's been worn off for 4 days. Like, it's just a little bit too light for me right now, and it pains me so, because I have to get another foundation now that's my summer shade, and I want it to be this one, but it's not this one. But this one is a lot creamier than BareMinerals, and it's a lot higher coverage. Like, this actually is like medium to full coverage, and BareMinerals is like light to medium. So I do think I like this formula a lot better than Bare, but it is $42 as opposed to $27 for BareMinerals. You do get 0.35 ounces as opposed to 0.27, but yeah, it is expensive, and it's very hard to find. You can either get it online on the Youngblood site, or if you use their store locator, like some hair salons or like skin bars, like they sell it, and there was one about 45 minutes from me, and so I picked it up in store. She even color matched me, and I was just too stupid to realize that it was too light. But I did get the Youngblood loose mineral foundation, and come the winter, this will probably be the only thing that I wear. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on my channel, but I have this like fixation with Khaki, and there is a Chanel single eyeshadow called Vert Khaki that I have looked at this at the counter for like a year, and I was like, oh, this would be so beautiful for like that like smudgy lower lash line that I like to do when I'm feeling lazy. And I was talking to the girl, and it was getting discontinued, so I got it. Look at this beauty. This is like the most perfect like golden olive brown khaki ever. The texture of this Chanel single is like out of this world too, and it is just such a beautiful color. Like, it's not obnoxiously green, which is what I love, because I don't like green that much, but I like khaki. And just look at this, like brown, green, goldiness. It's just, oh, it's so beautiful. It's like, it does have like some shimmer to it, but really it just looks really like, I don't even know. It's just so beautiful. This thing was like $35. Like, I really do not recommend buying Chanel single eyeshadows unless you're like feeling really splurgy and the color is just so delicious. And this one was the only one that really spoke to me, and I'm very glad I got this. I have worn it a couple times, and I've been asked like, what are you wearing for your smoky eye? And I'm like, Chanel Vert Khaki. And they're like, the video is getting long. The video is getting long. I know it is. Don't lie to me. I'm gonna speed it up. I got some little deluxe sample type deals because I like to place online orders at Sephora to do like the promo codes for free mini things. So I got this Anthony Glycolic facial cleanser. I like always having small things of cleanser to travel with, or if I run out of cleanser, I like to like just tap into my small cleanser collection. So I traveled to the city with this. I did like it. Nothing special, but you know, it was free, essentially, so whatever. But the cleanser that I did pick up, like, full size, was the Biore Charcoal Cleanser, Deep Pore Charcoal Cleanser. And this is really nice. It's very similar to the Boscia one, except it doesn't heat up. Like, if you guys have used, like, the Boscia Detoxifying Black Cleanser or something, it gets, like, warm. This one doesn't get warm. It almost starts to feel, like, sort of menthol-y if you leave it on your face for, like, a minute. But I do really like it. It makes my face feel really clean. It does make my face a little bit dry, but I started doing this thing where I, like, use, like, refresher mist type things right after I get out of the shower, because my face will feel tight, and I just like that to kind of like loosen up my face, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I got this at Ulta. You can get it at like any drugstore. And back to the small sample type things. Can you guys tell I'm getting frazzled because like the video's getting long? They were doing this promotion for Father's Day to pick like 3 minis of men's fragrance for your dad, and I was like, haha, men's fragrance for me, haha. So just a really quick backstory of fragrances that I like. I like things that smell spicy, and I like things that smell like really clean and almost like oceany and like Mediterranean, if you know what I mean. So I got Polo Red by Ralph Lauren. This is like a very nighttimey fragrance, and it's very spicy. I got Viktor and Rolf's Spicebomb, which is also very nighttimey and very spicy. This one has like more like kind of cinnamony notes to it, and this one has more clove. Like, this one is very like kind of older, I find, but it smells delicious. Like, I love Viktor and Rolf's Spicebomb because I'm like a 90-year-old man, essentially. And I also got Versace Eros, which I've been wearing pretty much like every day recently. And it's very like Mediterranean. Like, it smells like bergamot, and I don't know. Like, it's just, I get so many compliments on this fragrance, and I just have this little mini size, and it smells so good. Like, I may get the full size, and that's how good it smells, but we'll see. The last 2 things are, I got a bunch of eyelashes. I got Ardell Individuals. These are short black flares, medium black flares, and another pack of medium black flares. And I got all these individuals because my friend Rachel tuned me into this stuff called Ardell Lash Tight, which is like a semi-permanent glue to like do like DIY eyelash extensions essentially with individual lashes. So I got the glue and I got the individuals, and I did about 3 rounds of them. Like, I put like 20 individual lashes on each of my upper lashes, and they looked good. Like, I have no eyelashes, like, none. And they looked good. However, I was told they last for like 2 to 3 weeks. They lasted like 4 to 6 days. Like, by the time a week ended, I had like 2 that were left in like random spots. So, I don't know. I guess in the grand scheme of things, like, having 4 days of really vicious eyelashes is a lot better than having like 1 day of mediocre lashes. And they took like an hour to apply, and I don't know if I have the patience for it, but I do have all these individuals and all this glue now, so I might as well use it, you know? And that is the end of the haul. I don't know how long this is gonna be, I'm so sorry, but I haven't seen you guys in like a month, and I just wanted to film like a video. Like, I was really in the filming mood. And we are at 200 subscribers. We're at like 210 or something. I don't know how it happens. If I didn't post in like, if I was watching someone who didn't post in like a month, I would unsubscribe to them. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And I just want to thank you guys so much for sticking around. And like, I had so much positive feedback. And oh, I have a shout out to make to my friend Danielle's friend, whose name is Danielle also, but what's her last name? Danielle Collins. Danielle, you know who I'm talking about. Hi, Danielle. I'm so sorry, I forgot your last name, but you're Danielle. Hello. But yeah, so just keep leaving me good stuff down below, and whatever you want to leave down below, and stuff down below, and I'll leave stuff down below. Throughout the past 2 months, I've been talking in like this weird sort of voice very frequently, and I need to stop, because I started doing it at work, and I kind of started doing it with customers, and that's weird, so I need to stop. But anyway, thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Maybe, unless I make another disappearing act for a year.